And we are back for some more Spelljammer. Alright, so you've collected up some wood on the garden. Finn had his little adventure with a new Druid friend.
Mm-hmm.
And you can begin traveling into the inner sphere area.
One thing I thought of, if you'll let me retcon it a little bit, but
Sure.
I would have gathered some of the sap from the wood woses as well, knowing that Lafdul would be interested in it.
Sure, absolutely.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, I did research on poison, don't I?
Solas would start writing a spell scroll when we leave.
Okay.
I'm planning on writing a spell scroll with multiple castings of Cure Moderate Wounds.
Alright.
Isn't there a thing, once you start writing, you've only got so long to keep finishing it?
Yes.
So you kind of have to do all of them all in one go for that scroll.
Yeah, I know.
Can't remember how many days it is per... Is that...
It's 1 day per spell level.
Spell? Oh, right, fair enough. That's why you wanted 10 days, 5 castings or something?
Yeah.
Or until you fill up. Alright, fair enough.
And I calculated that my chance to succeed is 93%.
Okay, give me a second to get that up. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm. I'm using my own paper that I have made by myself.
Okay. I just need to get my my copy of the book open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have the ingredients for all of that?
Yeah, I have all of it.
Okay.
It uses powdered ox dung, giant beehive wax, powdered willow gallnut harvested after spring rain, and the quill is Pegasus feather steeped in willow bark tea.
Okay.
And I have everything I need for it.
Okay. Yeah, 1 day per spell level, and Okay. So plus 1% per character level, minus 1% per spell level.
Yeah,
80%.
and plus 5% from using a paper.
Okay.
So I'm 9th level cleric, so it would be 94 minus 2, so 92 actually.
Okay.
You've got the scribe spell as well. That's 1% per level because nerfed it because it's too good.
Also, I'm going to be nerfing Dweomer Flow as well because that's too good.
Ah.
What, to put on recharging items?
Yes. And
put a consequence on it.
Is because that's a 4th level spell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. That does what a 6th level spell does better with no chance of failure, no chance of any problems, whereas the 6th level spell does. So it's like there's literally no reason to ever use the standard method unless you just didn't get that spell. So
yeah, but he's a priest.
Ancient item.
Yeah.
You could say that's an advantage of being a priest, but
there is advantage on using ancient item since you don't have to cast the ancient item for each charge you add.
Right. So I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do yet, but just FYI, I'm going to be changing it. I
Also-
haven't decided exactly what I need to go figure that out. Just wanted to let you know because it's been rattling around in the back of my head for a little while that it's too good. It's way too good. It
Hey, thanks, Solas, for a feature that I haven't got to utilize yet. That's been nerfed.
I will say that if you put a spell into a focal stone, then you can Dweomer flow that into into an item as a charge, but that will always have the risk of destroying the gem and stuff like that. You know, like that's where I'm thinking right now.
Okay.
But just FYI. Also, something else that I forgot to mention at the beginning of the stream. Another year has passed. It happened shortly before you got to Gardens Moons last time, a few days before. So everyone does get a year older, except for, of course, Finn, who gets half a year older.
Lafdul's 140 again. 120 was his true age.
Well, thankfully, that's only going to be aging the mental age. Thanks to Finn.
Yeah, I got that thing from Finn, so
You
so
only
it's
advance
just
your
mental.
mental age.
yeah.
Question, Odd.
Yes.
If Finn has given me a sample of the woodlouse sap, I'm
Woodwose.
basically just trying.
It's not a louse, it's a wose.
Woodwose. What's a wose? Or nightshade, because basically, could I attempt to learn of its properties or write a bit about it in my book, toxicology?
Yeah.
I'm writing a book, so over a long time of like various poisons and how to try to potentially combat them and what it does.
Yep.
Based on
it
his
is
description.
It is a physical sense dulling. It has a physical sense dulling effect. Kind of a little bit of lethargy, makes you slower to respond to things, that kind of thing.
No,
AKA reduces dexterity.
Yeah.
Okay, let me make a note for Solas's scroll.
I can finally make scrolls now that I have my
Oh,
altar
sure.
with me.
Okay. Okay. So you're ready to set off towards the
Yep.
inner planets? All right.
Moving.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Yep.
Okay, so are we rolling for encounter? Oh, you roll for encounters.
I mean, I guess you could roll for encounters if you want. If you really want encounters.
Nah.
Just don't get me rolling.
I can have you roll extra for encounters. That's fine. That's fine. I don't mind.
I trust Ald's dice more than I trust Braxton's dice.
Braxon just tried to mount the encounter.
Okay. All right. So on the third day after leaving Garden, you're traveling along. It's about the middle of the second shift. When all of a sudden you're traveling at spelljamming speeds, and the ship stops suddenly, dropping out of tactical speed and stopping. And I need everyone to give me a dexterity check, including the people who are asleep. See if you roll out of bed. So Braxon and Lafdul, you were on shift. Finn, Ockar, and Solas,
I
you
was
were
carving a statue.
off shift.
Probably would be carving my statue. I mean, it's only a tiny little ivory thing, but I guess I need to
I
roll to see if I don't
That's
break
a
it in
cheat.
half.
It would help if my
Alright, I'm seemingly fine, but I'm going to roll for my thing. Where is it?
Yeah, second dexterity check for to make sure that you didn't damage your
Would it be an artistic ability check or?
Nah. dexterity.
I mean, they're both 18 anyway, so. It's
All
not
right.
like what I want, ideally. On my score.
So Finn, the sudden stop drops you causes you to slide out of bed and thump to the floor, waking you up, obviously. Lafdul, you do some damage to your to the carving, but it was a part that was going to be cut off anyway, like as you carve off, so it didn't actually it didn't negatively affect what you were working on.
No, I'm just carving like a little statuette of
Right.
myself to give to my brother as a gift.
Right.
It'd be a bit shameful. Here's this damaged version of me. I hope you like it.
Oh,
It's all
imagine you
symbolic.
exactly.
Yeah, funny enough, my brother would say that. Oh, I'll have to put it away and go up on deck to see what's going on.
So Braxon,
Probably.
Braxon,
Yeah,
you're up
so-
on deck. You did not
Yeah.
fall, but many of the crew do end up taking a tumble.
Yeah.
Oh wait, do I need
It's-
to roll for Ingritha too?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'd probably wake up Solas if he wasn't already woken up.
Can Braxton see anything that's made us stop dead? Because we don't normally stop dead.
Okay. That passes.
So a crew member or two have fallen overboard.
Okay.
So you
Brax?
rush to the edge to see what's up.
Braxton's going to use his rope to try and rescue the first one.
Okay. So they appear to have landed in some sort of large black plant. There's little silvery fruits here and there dotting over it. The only reason that you can tell that it is what it is because you're so close to it and it's in your air envelope.
Yeah.
But it is. The ship appears to have to be mired in it.
Right.
Your Nemerial on the helm calls up through the speaking tubes and says, "Captain, I can see whatever it is outside the front windows. I can't move us. Seems to have ensnared us."
Okay, we'll get axes and cut ourselves loose.
Okay.
Just working out who's injured.
All right, you're using your rope to try to grab a crew member and pull him back up.
Yeah.
Okay. As you do, the plant reacts and seems to wrap around the end of your rope.
Tug of war, tug of war.
Yeah, Braxton's going to try and cut it back. Pull it back, not cut it back.
Well,
He's going to try and pull the rope loose.
you're up on deck, so you're pulling
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, well, he wants to rescue someone, so he's going to want to pull the rope back to have another go throwing it to them.
All right. The crew member says, "Captain, I could try to hack at the plant with my weapon." It's one of the dwarves, so he's got his axe.
Okay, yeah, try not to cut my rope.
Understood. So he begins hacking at the rope. I mean, not the rope, the plant.
Yeah.
Just wanted to give you that heart attack. And he does hack enough to free it. He does not appear to be mired in it, although like he's not able to
Yeah.
stand because this is just like stringy plants and everything like that. One of your other crew members has already like tossed a normal rope to the other crew member who went overboard
Yeah.
and is helping them
Has
up.
that one been grabbed as well?
No.
Okay. Braxton's gonna look around and see a crew member that's not fallen over, and say, "Would you please go and ask Finn if he can identify this weird plant that we're caught up with?"
Okay, so you send off a crew member to get Finn. The crew member that you tried to rescue is still down in whatever this is, and calls up for someone to toss him a regular rope so he can get up.
Brax's rope is cursed.
Is my rope my rope stuck?
No, he
he
freed
got
your rope.
freed.
He freed your rope.
He just doesn't trust it now.
Right.
Or
Okay.
it might be that this thing is trying to eat magic.
Yeah, it might be
could be,
attracted
yeah.
to the magic. I've woken Solas up, I assume, by this point, or ratted on his door.
Yeah.
Start heading up. Probably see the crewmate waking Finn up. If he hasn't already been woken up.
So everyone can be up on deck by now if they
I
want.
got woken up by being tossed out of bed.
Yeah.
Will I have a chance to get my armor on and everything?
It'll take you a
Do
few rounds if
need
you want
get
to.
your armor on? At least assess the situation first.
No, I'm getting my armor on just in case, and I'm having Ingritha help with that.
Yeah, the
All
plant.
Make it go faster.
The plant wants to eat Ockar's armor, of course.
Oh no, crewmates could be dying by the time he gets his armor on, you know, yeah, the
I'm
priorities.
gonna get my armor on, okay?
I'm teasing you.
Don't try to guilt trip Ockar.
I'm totally guilt tripping him.
All right.
What's there to
So
fight? I got my armor at 10 crewmen dead.
Ockar is getting his armor on with Ingritha.
Solas will head up to the deck once he's been woken up and he finds out that we are stuck.
So Finn
Yeah.
probably would have gotten up there first because a crew member would have been sent, and he was woken up by being tossed out of bed.
Yeah, I probably would have gone up to the deck on my own anyway, so I probably met the crew member halfway up.
Yeah. All right. So
well.
up on deck.
All right,
Yeah.
well, take a look at the plant and see what I can figure out.
Okay. Give me an herbalism check, please. Okay. 120.
That's weird. Should have been 12.
It's still a success. I think you might have an error somewhere in there.
Let me just roll it again to see what happens.
No, it's
It's probably because you have look at your herbalism skill. You might have a 0
I see
in there.
what I did.
Yeah.
Yep. I forgot the plus.
Yeah.
All right. Roll one more time just for a test.
Okay, we'll take the 6 though. We'll definitely take the 6 because that was the first one and it was an actual roll.
Yeah, now it's working. Okay.
Okay. So you have heard about this plant, and when you mention what it's called sluck. It's kind of like a space weed, seaweed in space. Braxon, that would click, and you'd be like, yeah, I've heard of that too. It's a pretty awful hazard. Because it can really mire ships in it, and it's said that ships that don't get out in time, their helms fail.
Right.
Yeah, that supports the idea of it eating magic.
Okay.
Natural fire?
Yeah.
Seems a bit aggressive. You couldn't talk to her, could you, Finn?
Not today.
Oh.
Don't have that spell memorized.
Would wild space survival help figure out how to get rid of it? I guess we could just send fire arrows at it.
Hang on,
Go
what
ahead
about...
and roll a survival check.
What if we had like a big tasty lure to pull it away from our ship? You have to depower our ship though first.
That was fun.
Yeah, you've never you haven't heard any tales of how to deal with it or whether it's good for anything.
Okay.
I do like the idea of fire, and I have a way that could make that work.
Does it involve setting our ship on fire?
I like that plan. Whatever the plan is, set the ship on fire, please.
It shouldn't. I was going to cast a wall of fire just on the edge of the ship, heat outwards, and then use a scroll of animate flame to move it around,
Okay.
and use that to basically burn away anything touching the ship.
That sounds good. Braxon will call down to the helms lady and let her know what Finn's about to do and say prepare to reverse.
Okay. So Finn, you want to try that?
Yep.
Okay.
Solas orders the crew to prepare hacking implements and potentially fire arrows if we need to do something more.
What
Okay.
if we douse the ship off the side with your fountain thing to give it slightly more fire resistance?
Well, for now, let's see what happens with the animated flame.
Yeah.
All right. So Finn, you cast your wall of fire and then animate the flame and move it to the this.
Oh, we got to make a roll on the animate flame because it is a scroll at 12th level. I believe.
All right.
It was on a series of shining hinged silver plates.
Right, one of those. Okay. That is successful. Let me go ahead.
So I'll start moving it around.
Find that. That is yeah, okay, I found it. I see what else is on there. All right. So you move it down to this space weed, and start moving it around, trying to burn off parts of it. Give me a wisdom check, please. Okay. Your fire is getting smaller, and it is not burning it.
Yeah, it eats the magic.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Braxton's
So,
gonna
normal fire.
In that case, I will send the fire as far away from me as I can.
See if it follows it.
Okay. And Braxton, you were saying?
Braxton's gonna take off his magical gear and get a normal rope and like prepare to rappel down and start chopping at things with a normal axe.
Okay. Ordering your crew to do the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So,
Sola,
Finn, you order the flame out, and it does, like, the strands of the plant do seem to, like, follow it, but it doesn't, like, the whole plant doesn't move. But it does
need,
seem
like,
to
a
like be
strong-
grasping at it as you move the flame across it and out into the gravity plane.
Okay.
I wonder what would happen if I tried levitating a continual dark or continual light dagger. I don't think I could get that far enough range to make a difference. So.
and I think it would be too small compared to the catch it has it in its grasp at the moment.
Well, we're latched onto Braxton's rope, but
Yeah, with tendril. We are captured by a whole heap of them as.
I was thinking, what if we? It sounds awful. Poisoned it
Okay.
with poisonous magic.
Well, I have one other thing I can try.
All right, Finn.
Uh-huh.
I have a potion of plant control here somewhere.
I got. I was thinking
So
of plant growth.
give me a wisdom check. So it might work, certainly, but if this thing drinks magic, it might like drink the control effect too.
True.
Yeah, Solas orders crew that is not hacking the plant with the axes and swords to ready fire arrows. We might want to burn it off also.
Well, Braxon and some of the crew are already hacking, and that does seem to work. Like the plant is not like doing anything to try to grasp at them at all.
Yeah,
Let's
but
use non-magical stuff.
just in case that I'm not saying that they should fire at the moment, but be ready.
Okay.
I wonder what would happen if I used my... Despite the fact that it would probably be detrimental to us, but not fatal to us, if I opened my bottle of continual smoke at the edge of our air envelope to see if it would suddenly be like, oh, magical smoke.
But is the smoke actually magical?
I have no idea, truth be told.
I mean, you'll note that the tendrils grasped at the animated fire, but the whole plant didn't follow the animated fire.
Mm-hmm. Because the whole plant is bigger than our ship.
Finn, give me another wisdom check.
You douse it in oil.
Okay, so given the size of it, the nature of it, and the way it's operating, you would say that the tendrils reaching for the flames is kind of like how a flower, how many plants will turn their leaves to always face the sun, but they can't uproot themselves and walk around, most of them.
Okay.
So you suspect that the mass itself can't actually move, but that its tendrils can move like leaves following the sun to follow magic.
Mm-hmm.
What does this thing look like when we get down to it?
Almost pitch black, and there are little silvery nodules. So from a distance, you realize that this would look like stars.
Right.
In the night sky kind of thing.
While everyone's hacking away at tendrils to try and get us loose, Braxton's gonna whack a couple of those silver nodules to see if they're like if it hurts it or anything.
Old shot on them.
It does not make a it doesn't react in any particular way, other than there's sap coming out and normal plant fluids coming out.
I mean, yeah, it is a big plant.
I wonder if that sap's any good for anything.
I mean, do you want to go and gather it?
I'm covered in magical swag.
Just take all your magical gear off.
Yeah, that means I gotta be mortal.
Braxon, Braxon, give me a wisdom check as well.
Okay.
I'll take off my ring regeneration. I'm a ring of spellstoring. Not spellstoring.
Oh.
Okay.
That's why he's not a priest.
Well, with that roll, many priests would also fail.
I mean, he has a 10. He could have been a cleric.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. All right, so this was just to see if you noticed something.
He would have been an amazing cleric.
Solas would ask Finn, would fire do, normal fire do anything to it?
Perhaps. Most plants don't react well to fire.
Give me a wisdom check there, Finn.
I was like, why don't we just drop a little wood on it and set it on fire?
Yeah, but that will use up wood we could be using for repairs if we get damaged in a fight, right?
I can make more wood.
So, Finn, being a living plant and a big mass of it, I mean, fire would be bad, but it's not like it would just. It's not like a dry plant. It wouldn't just instantly go up in flames.
Yep.
So you would need a lot of fire for a long time in a concentrated way to really like burn this off.
That brings up a problem. Wouldn't that accidentally light the ship on fire?
It might, yeah.
Well, eventually.
Yeah.
We're just stuck in it, right?
Right now, yeah.
Like, as
Braxon
in,
and the crew are hacking away at it right now, though.
It's attacking them.
no,
Nope.
no, it's not. They're not using magical stuff. So as long as you use
there
magical
is-
stuff, mundane stuff works fine.
There's not much that Solas can do on the deck at the moment, so he goes to talk with Glau and basically ask Glau if he could make an estimation on where this plant is on the chart and something to notify others about the danger.
That's
So-
a good idea.
It definitely, like, it drifts. It doesn't stay in one place. So,
Yeah.
and it's not
Can
so
estimate
large.
it.
You're not in like you're in a bed large enough to mire your ship. You're not in a bed that is like miles across, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I have a
No, it's-
question.
Yes.
If we demounted the helm, technically our ship wouldn't be considered magical anymore. If it's like glued to our ship, it doesn't want to hold to it. Well, it's attempting to hold on to it, I guess, even though we're mired into it. If we, I just realised I'm not high enough level, so it's kind of a moot point. I was thinking of casting Flyfield to try and gun our ship out the way, but yeah, that would only work on the shell at my current level. It's like 5 tons
Also-
level.
And it might
Also-
still detect that the helm is nearby. So.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, so Braxon and the crew are definitely still hacking away. You're making progress. Like, given time, this will work. And when I say given time, I don't mean hours.
I guess I'll eventually come out. Be informed about the whole magic thing. Probably have to take off all my magic gear and then join them down there to chop it down.
Well, there's enough crew that you wouldn't need to get down there. Like,
True.
you really couldn't even get all of your crew down there to help. It's
Fair
just
enough.
there's just not enough
We're
space.
securing them on ropes and they're just hanging overboard, I guess.
I'll just stay away from it so it doesn't see me as a tasty treat in my magic armor and such.
Yeah. Braxon will call up if you think you can if you think you could see a vulnerable area of the plant, try using a ballista bolt or two.
I'm not firing on the. I'm not sure that's a good idea to fire at something attached to the ship.
How heavy's a ballista bolt? I'm wondering if I could levitate it with 50 pounds of my ring of telekinesis.
I mean, you could definitely levitate it, but you wouldn't be able to project it as powerfully as a ballista could.
No, but it's...
But
I
what
know.
if the plant notices that you are levitating it and seeks you out?
So
mean, it
again,
would
like
just-
it can't move that far. Like
It can't move the mass anyway, so...
right, like again, like as you noticed with the animated flame, which Finn, would you have moved that out beyond the air envelope?
Yes.
Okay, because that would have completely winked that out at that point. So as you noticed with that, like it's like if you have a plant like a bush, it's like the leaves are moving, but the stems are not, kind of thing. Like think of that as the extent of its ability to move. However, Finn, give me a wisdom check, please. It's growing.
It's growing.
Not
Yeah.
faster than Braxon and the crew are hacking away, but it is growing.
How's our helmsman doing? I go and check. I do a healing proficiency check on them.
She's fine.
Yeah.
I guess I'll
They
go
are-
take a look below decks to see if it's like pierced into the ship at all.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do a ship check as well. The
Do we,
officers.
do we have an estimate for how long it would take to cut the ship free?
10 minutes maybe.
Braxon will yell up. It's going to take us 10 minutes. Ask the helms. Was it Numerial on the
Yeah.
helm? Ask Numerial to get off the helm for 10 minutes in case it's feeding off the helm energy.
That's going to force you to get someone else on the helm.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you could get off to go to the toilet and stuff and get back on again. Oh, okay. All right. I won't then.
Well, we do have a backup helmsman. That's the whole point of
I
it. We are
know, I
paying them.
know.
I mean, I could even get on the helm if I wanted to. I wouldn't be great at it, but I could get on it.
I mean, you can try it. It's fine. Yeah, you do have a backup helmsman.
I mean,
you got Sunfire.
This is a learning process as
Yep.
well to see if it just detaches.
But while this is happening, I'm still going below deck to make sure it hasn't like pierced
Right.
like through the hole and is like feeding on something magical inside.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I
from
get
our rooms, a library.
that.
It's a good thing we don't have the golem on our ship anymore.
All right. So Numerial does get off the helm if that's what you want.
Yeah, go
Okay.
on then.
All right. And like she was feeling fine. She just couldn't move the ship.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if when she gets off the helm, whether the plant stops growing.
It does not seem to make a difference.
It's the helm that's continually magical. It's not the.
I
Can
know.
you
Yeah, but it's
depower
worth a
helm
shot.
with-
It's worth a shot. I mean, like that
Question.
was a test.
What? You can dispel a helm temporarily, can't you? You can make it deactivated by dispel magic.
Please don't
Please
dispel the helm.
don't. Please
It's
don't.
not permanent, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but it might be dispelled by longer than it takes to hack us free.
There is that.
You don't know how long it's going to be disabled if you dispel it.
Alright, Jesus,
Yeah, it would-
calm down.
Well, so it would disable it, and you don't know if that would like make it non-magical in the for purposes of whatever this thing is doing.
Yeah.
Ockar, you
It
have
might be
not
worth
found
it.
any locations where it has like burrowed into the hull or through the hull, kind of thing.
Well, that's good.
Yet. I'm trying to be more meticulous, like actually checking up over the deck and seeing where there's a lot of plant growth, or as best I can see, and just checking, listening to see if. Oh, actually, I'm wearing all my stuff. I might just suddenly lure it to me. Maybe not in that case. Just realised.
Solas is basically just in a reserve if there's a need for healing and such, since there's not much that he can do. It's pretty much all of his solutions would include magic.
So
So,
flex that 7 strength, Solas, sometimes.
so Finn,
Solas, I'll hand you an axe. Go down there and cut plants.
one thing that you would know, Finn, is that like to a certain extent, snap cold is worse for plants than snap fire, kind of thing, because they can, weather a bit of, a quick fire, whereas quick cold can really, really wipe out plants.
I can
If you want to mention
restore
that,
someone.
if someone wants to try something.
Yeah, I'll mention it. I don't know that we have a way to do that. That's not going to just feed it.
That's
But
true.
Worth a go. If we can kill it, that'd be good.
The hailstones that rain in the ice storm spell, they exist beyond the spell, don't they?
Yeah, but not for that much. Not for long. They melt pretty fast.
Yeah, but they are basically they could work.
Yeah, wouldn't. I think the implication is something like a cone of cold would work, but an ice storm wouldn't. Because cone of cold's instant freezing.
Well, I do have Cone of Cold memorized, so I can try it if rest of the group wants.
Hang on, do I have an augury memorized? Yes, I've got an augury. Do you want me to augury it? Yeah, we'll augury it.
I mean,
Give it a go if your cone of cold can
You-
kill thing. That'd be good. It's a hazard to navigation. Do any of you not have any chemicals that might melt it?
Not in sufficient quantity. No, I will cast Augury for Solas if he wants to wait 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So just FYI, again, you're definitely hacking it faster than it's reproducing.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's the science.
yeah, I mean, but it's up to you.
Good to know and write about these things and tell people.
Yeah, basically, what I'm thinking is we're probably going to get the ship out, but if we can destroy this, it won't kill anyone else.
All right.
We'd have to leave a load of lumber on it and set the fire on fire.
Destroying it is going to be a hard task since it's pretty big.
And also, fire needs oxygen if it's a natural fire, or how's that work?
It seems to have its own air envelope.
Oh yeah, it's a plant. That's the point. What if you foul the... Well, we're in it at the moment. Yeah, once we leave it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's
Once
not
we've
foul.
left it, yeah, sure. We'll foul the
And
air.
remember, plants typically clean the air.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So are you casting the augury?
Yeah, I'm casting the Grace. 79.
Okay. And what exactly are you wondering?
Will it be detrimental to cast Solas's Kona code directly on a section of the plant to free us?
Okay. So you read the augury, you read your dice, and it indicates that cold and ice can deter the plants, but beware use of magic.
Yeah.
Oh,
So not a
no
good idea.
magical ice. Actually, I got a dagger of ice. I can freeze some water and just plonk some ice overboard. That's going to do bugger all.
If I had produce ice memorized, that might be useful, but I don't. So
Once you've generated an ice from an ice storm, is that still
I mean,
magical? Once it's generated.
From the
I
sleet, you
don't
mean?
think.
Oh no,
Do
just
you
like
mean the
big chunks
sleet
of
or
ice.
the hails? Do you mean the hailstones or the sleet?
No,
the
I mean
damaging one.
there's always residual magic in it, kind of thing. But dispel magic wouldn't do anything because they're just like you dispel the storm itself, and that would end that like the ice as a hazard, but it wouldn't necessarily eliminate all of the ice, kind of thing.
No, I was just thinking about throwing chunks of ice overboard once. Wow.
Does this thing?
Go ahead, Braxon.
Does this thing have like petals or branches or anything?
It's a tendrily leafy seaweed type plant.
Right. Okay. I was just wondering.
How long is
chop it up
is
a
it?
bit.
Well, hold on. What were you saying, Braxon?
I was wondering if we could chop it up a bit, and like break it up.
That
As a way
might
to
just mean
destroy
that
it.
there's more points that it can grow from, but
Yeah.
it might not be like the fact that this like a smaller section of this wouldn't be able to stop your ship, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
it would
Ockar.
be a less of a hazard to big ships, but still a hazard to small ships if you cut it up.
How big is the plant? Tendrils of the plant.
I mean, they're just it's like seaweed. It's the same size, roughly.
Like the kelp.
I mean,
sticks up.
are there, for example, are they 20 feet long?
Oh yeah, I mean, as an overall bed size. I mean, your whole ship is mired in it.
I mean the tendrils that, for example, grappled
Oh
Braxon's
no, they're
rope.
not 20 feet long. No, it's just like leaves.
Okay. Since I am thinking about casting Ice Storm, but casting it high enough that the plant itself can't reach it, and let it rain on it.
I mean, you could also try it after you cut your ship free.
Yeah. I am thinking about doing that, but I don't want the plant to reach the spell, the storm itself.
Okay. Lafdul, you had a question for Ockar?
Yeah, I was wondering if you could sense any evil intent from it. I mean, I'm just wondering if it's sentient. I mean, yeah, it's just a plant. It shouldn't be, but I'd be curious to know if it was.
There are definitely plants that are sentient.
Well, is
especially
this
in
one sentient?
Alphas.
do you
Okay.
want to check?
I mean, Finn can straight up talk to trees. I think a lot of players are sentient.
No, actually, so when you use it's not exactly like it imbues intelligence on creatures and plants and things like that, but it basically converts whatever they have into something that you can understand. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're sentient.
But they're smarter than we give them credit for.
Is there an evil intent, you think?
I can attempt to do evil intent. I'll stare at the plant.
No, there is none.
Oh.
It's just a plant. It feeds on magic, but it's a plant.
I think
Braxon's-
that sap could be used in anti-magic scrolling.
Do you want some collected?
Sure. I can levitate up. I'll levitate down a vial. Just ask one of the crewmate to put some in a vial.
I think that it might get grabbed out of the air. But yeah, you can do
We're
that.
gonna test that, I guess.
I
I mean,
mean,
it's just a glass vial.
like a small piece of it to like milk any sap out of it is not going to cause any harm, even to someone fully decked out in magic, because it's just not big enough to do anything. You could easily toss it away once you've milked sap out of it. So someone
I mean, it
could
could be
toss
valuable.
you up a piece, kind of thing, and
Alright.
you could milk it into a vial if you want.
Or I could levitate up a small piece, see what happens if
Yeah,
I
you can
try
try
to
that.
grasp it.
We could chop bits off. Okay. Yeah.
So you're going to try to levitate
Yeah.
something up?
Yeah, I'll see if my magic instantly gets absorbed.
It does seem to immediately get absorbed.
Convention. I try and find a rope and ask them to tie a piece onto a piece of rope that I lower down.
They can literally just toss something up to you.
Oh, alright.
You're
That works.
overthinking it.
Yeah,
Alright, throw me up a piece.
like a palm-sized piece, and you can milk some sap out of it.
Finn,
Uh-huh.
Braxon's going to call up to Finn. Can you think of anything we got on the ship that might be toxic to plants?
Yeah, I don't think we have enough salt.
Right.
Just pour a gallon of salt, not a gallon, like an entire barrel of salt onto it.
If we dropped the barrel of soap pork on it and it's like, oh, magical essence and salt. Oh, it's killing me, but it's so nice. It's magic.
It would not have enough salt in it, and it would
I
eat
don't know. It's pretty bad.
We're not
Plants.
throwing away our free source of food.
All right, so you're just about done hacking it apart. Lafdul, did you want to get a vial of the sap?
Yeah, I'd just throw a vial in. I will keep it under watch because I don't want anything sudden to happen when we're asleep or whatever. So whoever's on shift, on the other shift, I give it to them to watch. over.
Finn would be able to tell you that it's not like that's not a danger.
Oh, I
Braxon's
don't know.
Braxon's going to. You said there were those silver things on it.
Yeah.
Braxon's going to try and carefully cut round one or two and chuck them up to Lafdul.
Wouldn't that class as a seed?
You don't know that.
You're not sure if they're seeds or if it's just a kind of a natural camouflage growth kind of thing. Because they're not, they don't form like seeds do. Like you're not seeing
You don't have-
flowers and things like that.
You don't have any idea how this plant propagates.
No, I mean, I'd rather Finn handle that because he's the expert on plants. I'm a hobbyist at best.
All right. All right. You seem to want the sap.
Yeah, I want the sap. That's useful in scrolling. I'm going to assume if I had a relevant spell.
Does it look like it's got flowers on it?
No.
Okay.
Anything you want to do, Finn?
No, nothing more than just observing it.
Okay. All right. Braxon, you and the crew have cut your ship free. Nemariel calls up that, well, Sun Fayun, I'm sorry, would call up that he can take the helm if you want.
Yeah, we'll use we'll get some boarding pikes sent down so we can push away
Okay.
from the thing.
All right.
And say, give us a second so we can get clear, and we'll like have everyone like tie themselves in place so we don't fall off.
Should we?
Well, the main reason that you had a problem was because you dropped from spelljamming speed to full stop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should
we
we try
just-
to set up a bonfire and just leave it?
I don't think we want to be on the plant any longer than we have to be.
Yeah.
Oh no, this could have been arranged as we were doing it.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
as like our potential when we leave, we do this. I was just thinking about leaving a bit of lumber on it, setting it on fire, and see if it catches.
I don't mind that idea.
We're gonna
Do-
leave, so
do-
I mean,
do- do some flaming arrows and see if you can set light to it.
It's a living plant, so it's very
it's
resistant
not gonna.
Yeah.
to
That's
fire.
why we needed
just-
like a natural tinder, like a piece of wood.
I mean, if
As a-
you
Yeah.
if you toss a lot of oil on it, or
Oh, impregnate
or
the
smoke
thing with a
powder
little
or
oil.
something like that, then that might
Wait.
work. But
In what?
actually, smoke powder wouldn't. Never mind.
Smoke powder wouldn't. It'd blow
No,
up.
it's
because
it's
it's
magic.
magical.
It's magic. It would drain.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, whereas natural oil, it's fine. That's what you do when you soak wood anyway. You impregnate it with whatever oil, like castor oil or whatever D&D
Yeah.
equivalent is.
Is that really the term for it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called
Oh my
impregnating
God,
that
why?
thing. Didn't know that?
Because you soak it so that the oil seeps into it.
I didn't. I knew about. I didn't
Ocker's
know that
well's
was
been
the.
blown.
I mean, like
'Cause that's
if-
not what I
if
think
for-
of
right.
when I think of that word.
I understand that, but fortresses can be impregnable. It's the same basic word. It's just with a different ending.
Yeah, I don't really think of it being used in that way either.
All right, so you push it away. Like you're not actually pushing your ship away from it. You're pushing it away from the ship with boarding pikes.
Right, I see. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
and when we've got a bit of a gap, we'll ask Sunfire to get on the helm and back us up slowly.
Okay.
I think Sunfire would have to get on the helm since don't he need the warm-up time?
No,
No,
not when
not
you're in
in
space.
Okay.
That's only on a big planet as well.
Oh,
I thought-
okay.
I thought it was on all planets, and then all realised I was wrong, and I think it's only
It's one with a
size.
gravity size.
Well,
No, it's like it doesn't count on size A planets. It's something like size D and above or something.
Yeah, I don't remember
Wha-
exactly
wha-
what it was, but I remember using it to, like, you had to warm up your
Get off Talingrad. or wherever
your
it
shuttle
was.
at some point while it was docked in your vessel, and then I realized after that I was rereading that section and it wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
Finn, were you about to say something?
Nope.
Okay. Sometimes when
had a-
people say something while I'm talking, it sounds like someone else because I'm only hearing part of it. So.
Yeah, I had something.
Okay, Solas.
Once we are free, Solas will test the ice storm theory.
Okay.
I cast both versions of the ice storm.
Which one are you
And I
casting
cast
first?
I'm casting the long-lasting first, so the sleet rain.
Sleet. Okay. First, Sun Fayon gets on the helm, and he indicates that it feels sluggish. As he's pulling away. Solas, you cast Ice Storm to cover as much of it with the sleet as possible.
Yeah.
And you can definitely tell that it is reacting poorly to the cold from the sleet.
Okay.
Finn, you could tell it's dying from that. Like it is shocked by the frost and is dying.
Well, if Finn tells me that, then I will use my Wand of Cold to cover more of its area.
Okay.
Remember, you can't charge your wand anymore.
I mean, I haven't been able to recharge Wand of Cold in any case since it requires 5th level spells, and Dweomer Flow can't recharge 5th level
You
spells.
need a bounce. You haven't got
Yeah.
2nd, 5th.
Okay, so I'm going to make a
Actually,
note.
you only need 1 level of a bounce.
All right, so
One
you generate another ice storm with 1 charge from the wand and 1 casting. Regular
Well,
casting.
I did memorize 2 of the spell casting, so if I can do it with just the castings, I will do just the 2 castings.
Okay, then 2 castings with the sleet version, because that has a larger area of effect.
Yeah.
You can cover all of it easily, and
Okay.
that definitely is killing it.
Braxon's gonna start getting the crew to go back up the ropes, and he'll stay and be one of the last people that goes up.
Wait, if this thing's dead, we can search it.
So, real fast, like there are some bits left on the hull that you need to scrape off, but that's just like a maintenance thing.
Yeah.
If you work on that for a bit, it is clearly like it is not a danger at that point. But Lafdul had an idea if he wanted to.
Once it's dead, I just need to look the duration of the sleet storm.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
It's 1 round per caster level, so it's 10 rounds per the spell.
Then I think we should probably wait until the ice storm goes away, and then we can go check it out to see if there was anything there.
All right, is that what you want to do?
If it's
think
dead.
so.
Sunfire could tell us if the helm stops being sluggish.
He can, yeah.
Just something I'll point out. Don't expect to find any magical loot.
I'm not.
No,
I'm not
with
expecting that.
coins and stuff.
Yeah.
Ingots, trade ships getting past.
Or harvest some of the more of the plant.
I mean, it's with it now.
It's possible that this thing's grown around a small Spelljammer ship and consumed it.
It was a bed, so it was pretty thin.
Oh, okay.
Nothing like the largest things that could hide that could be hidden inside of it is like bodies.
All right, we'll see if there's anything of note. If not, we'll move off, I guess.
Okay. So you want to spend some time searching it?
Yeah.
Okay. Solas, you probably need to get back to work on your scrolls right away.
Yeah, I was thinking about going back to work.
Okay.
And leaving searching for authors.
So you spend about an hour sifting through it.
Is it definitely dead?
Yeah, it is definitely dead. You find nothing of significance. There's a few bones here and there. There's a couple things. There's a rusty weapon or two.
Anything with any heraldry?
Carved
or markings?
Carved wooden shafts that you suspect were wands or rods or something like that, but nothing of any value. Like any like the things that were there, if they were magic, they've all been drained, and things that were made of metal have rusted. Things that have made of like wood and stuff have, may have rotted away or something like that. Some of them, like the a former
There's
wand,
like no gold
a
or
former
anything
no,
left.
there wasn't. A former wand might be polished and resistant to rot, but
So
not
you said
magical.
there was a few bones. Is that like one person or?
Hard to tell. Finn would suspect that it has a way of like disgorging anything that it is not interested in, like
Right.
slowly pushes it out of its body, kind of thing.
Yeah.
For the most
How
part.
long do you think that would have lasted in there, Fen, those bones? Like in a month or less, or a year or less? Because I'm thinking I might be able to cast Speak with Dead if it's less than a year.
I don't know if there's any way to tell.
Wouldn't your no age thing tell you how old no bone is?
If I had it memorized.
Braxon's gonna say a prayer to Patar over the bones
Okay.
and
I'll
say,
do,
Yeah.
I'll do a prayer to
Yeah,
Tyr.
I'll
please,
do one as one. One of
please,
the other ones.
I don't know, everyone wants a copy.
No, I was thinking about it anyway, but
Yeah, same.
Solas is the one who normally does it.
Braxton's going to say, Patar, please make sure that this person or people or creatures know that we've got vengeance for them, and try to make sure they get onto the right afterlife.
I'll
Right
do
afterlife.
I'll do a prayer to Tyr to make sure that the Valkyries can find them and take them to Valhalla.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well-
I'll do this. My version of well, at least for the elves. Send them to Arborea, and maybe they'll get reincarnated or something.
Okay. And with that, you can get underway. Now, since I was on day 3, Solas, I think that would have meant that the previous day you would have finished a...
He dropped out of the voice chat for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard someone drop. I didn't know who it was.
Looks like he might have had a connection issue because he dropped out of Roll20 too.
Yeah, his internet probably went down or something. Well, we know what he's doing. He would have
Yeah.
done that. He was just
Well,
do
but
5 checks.
Yeah.
He's making paper. He can make more.
No, he's making a scroll.
Why?
He's scribing a scroll. You need a check per spell.
Yeah, I mean, once he stopped, he filled that one up. He can't write anymore. He'll be able to have more paper.
Right, but what I'm saying is that I would need to know.
He's got a roll or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
needs
he's
to
got to
roll every
roll
2
to see how many
days.
spells he can get
Hang
on
on,
the thing.
hang on. He says his internet went down, so
Okay.
All right.
He's
Yeah,
on
that's
his
what I
mobile
figured.
internet, probably.
Okay, so we'll just we'll roll with that, and I'll have him roll when he gets back in. Okay, well, you can continue your trip. Move to the next block.
Finn would probably be making those 2 herbal preparations he has ingredients for as well.
Good call. All right.
okay. Hopefully, no plants.
Well, we took care of it.
Yeah. So Braxton would have checked with Numerial to make sure, like, nothing
Sunfayon.
harmed her.
After a few hours.
No,
Yep.
Numerial, because she was on the helm.
Oh, to see if
Right.
she's okay.
Yeah.
Got
Did it hurt her bumping into the
No.
thing or anything?
It did not. Sunfayun would tell you that the helm was sluggish for a few hours, but then returned to normal.
Guess our SR went
And-
down for a while.
I'm sorry?
I'm guessing our tactical speed went down for a
Yeah.
while.
And Finn, do you need to roll for those preparations?
Yes.
Okay.
First
I'm
one is
back.
for
Okay.
first one is for the ghost root.
Okay.
That would be at a -6, which
That is the one that is for use against undead, correct?
yes.
All right, I'm going to let you have a second reroll because that would be pretty useful, and I think it would be fun for you to be able to use your stuff.
Hmm.
So success there.
Yep. That's
Uh,
actually
do-
exact.
Hold on, Solas.
And then for the Fiend Flower, I gotta look up, see on that one. Not where I'm used to looking for it.
I mean, you can roll the die and then look to see
Okay, this one's a -3.
Okay. Okay. So a success there. Or actually, no, that wouldn't be a success, would it?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
It was close, but
I lost what happened after. Basically, last thing I heard was old talking about the plant being able to disgorge things.
Yeah, so they didn't find anything.
Okay.
But you would have actually had a chance to finish one of the spells on the scroll before all of that happened anyway. So I'm going to roll for that.
Yeah, you should roll since.
Yeah. So you have a 92%, you said?
Yeah, 92%.
Okay.
I do have the luck amulet if that helps.
It's so high already.
Yeah.
All right. So you do not fill up the scroll with that one. So the second one, you do not fill up the scroll with that one. So you got 2 on there.
Okay. And I still have enough for 3.
Okay. So you do fill up the scroll with the third one.
Okay. Then I will make another scroll with the 2 remaining castings.
Okay. All right. Okay, and you do get that filled up.
With just 1.
With 2.
Okay. That's all of my ingredients for Cure Moderate.
Okay.
So,
What were you short on?
Willow Gallnuts.
Yeah, so was I. That's my holding thing.
Okay. So the rest of those 4 days are uneventful.
I will give the scroll with 2 castings to Finn.
I remember I said that I would do that one, but I completely forgot to give them TT. Oh dear.
And keep the one with the 3 castings for myself.
Okay. So let me see where you come in on. That is... Okay.
I've actually got quite a lot of scrolls of Cure Light, Cure Moderate.
Okay. So you are right here at this point in the orbital path of Toril. And let's see, that would be that, and that. All right. All right. Big Mac has dropped from the call. We might be having some Technical difficulties
problems.
today.
It might be a problem over in. Oh wait, no, they're not in the same country.
No, they're
No,
in
it might
different
be
countries.
a connection between us. Well, I guess
Because I would go.
you had an
Uh,
actual like full internet outage.
Yeah, it was full internet outage. There's quite a bit wind here, so it might have
yeah.
interrupted the towers since I'm on a wireless connection.
Okay. 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 Well, someone else can move the ship, I guess. Ockar.
Okay. I haven't done this in a while.
So it'll be 5 blocks for one day.
And we're trying to get towards Toril.
Right over here.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And the trip continues to be uneventful since your encounter with the sluck, the space weed.
Okay.
At least it won't hurt anyone else.
That's true. That's true. All right. So next day you can move forward, and you'll definitely get to Toril on that day. Toril's area. Okay.
Gotcha.
And if you zoom in, real close, you can actually see that I put the moons on there.
Mm-hmm.
Do that.
Ah, it's right next to it.
Yeah, it's on that.
There we go. See, and
Okay,
there's
so
even
right there.
the tiers.
Mm-hmm.
One of those moons looks like half a planet.
Yeah. So you approach Toril, and you can see that its moon on one half is a lush green world with blue waters, a fairly standard temperate world. But on the other half, it is a whitish, grayish, cratered, barren world, like you've seen, some other worlds that have no atmospheres and stuff like that. And trailing behind the moon itself is a cluster of asteroids. Go ahead and bring
Well, that
that
was
I think
fun.
Big Mac
back
joined.
out.
Yeah, my computer restarted and the
Oh,
internet
okay.
was working. So I logged in, and then as soon as I opened up Discord and my browser, the internet turned off. So I had to restart again.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think moons are supposed to be like that.
It depends on quite many things. It's rare, but it's not
Oh, we're all the way
out
in.
of this world.
How many days did that take?
It took like 7, I believe.
So yeah, so it was. Do you want to know from Garden?
Garden Rock to Dragon Rock. If we're at Dragon, are we at Dragon Rock?
You're just getting there.
Okay.
You're getting there on the 10th day.
Yeah.
10.
And 10th day would be the day I finish the scrolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'd be down below decks, finishing up your scroll, to see, and then you'd be coming up on deck when you get there. All right. So looking back at the guidebook, it does indicate that half of the world is half of the moon of Saloon. That the locals actually have a different name for it, Lyra, and that it is covered. Half of it is covered by a vast illusion. And the guidebook does say, "Do not approach the world from that side." If you intend to do so, which you have not indicated that you plan to.
No.
Yeah. If someone or something is powerful enough to cast illusion of that size, we don't want to be on their bad side.
So the guidebook doesn't go into details on the origin of the illusion, but it doesn't indicate that the people of the world put it up. So
Mhm.
I'm wondering about what Solas just said. Which side of the moon is the bad side?
The one with the
Grove side.
illusion of not being full of plants and such.
The one that looks like it's rocky and lifeless.
Yeah.
all right. But the guidebook indicates that Dragon Rock is one of the largest asteroids in the tiers, and it's also on an outer edge, which makes
Right.
it fairly easy to see.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. One quick retcon, if possible.
Maybe.
Once we got free of the plant thing, Solas would have ordered mentioned to Braxon to check the cargo, since we did have fragile stuff.
Hmm. Good
Damn.
call.
Ah, crap.
Good call.
It is packed well and such, but
Oh,
It's
right.
magical stuff, isn't it? Oh, no.
it wasn't magical. It was tools, fine tools and things that can be used in alchemy and magical things, but not
Yeah.
magic in itself.
Oh, because we suddenly stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Crap.
Old did say that the crate is packed with padding and such.
Oh, as best we can.
Well, the people who gave us the consignment packed it.
Yeah.
All right.
We
So
just
Braxon,
secured
go check.
Yeah.
All right. You're lucky. Because of the packing, I gave it a bonus to the saving throw, and it made its saving
Yeah.
throw. So yes, it is intact.
Okay, we'll make
Ah,
sure
good.
we carefully put all the packing back before we seal up the cases.
Okay.
And just before we reached the Dragon Rock, Solas would basically gather up all the parcels and packages that he had and letters that he had from the
You're gonna be busy.
Seekers.
You're gonna be busy with your scroll until after docking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, after docking, Solas will do that.
Okay. So, Braxon, you direct the ship into Dragon Rock, signaling down to the dock itself. You are directed to a berth. Dragon Rock itself is kind of oblong, not. It's not a sphere. It definitely has a gravity plane. And it's about 10 miles long, so it's a pretty big asteroid.
Yeah.
So lots of, it does supply a pretty solid amount of local food as well. And you can see that some of the nearby asteroids that are habitable have, familiar farming asteroids like from back home and stuff like that.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And so you pull into the berth, tie the ship off, and a member from the portmaster comes up to assess your ship and says that the docking fee will be 40 gold pieces and 4 silver pieces for docking, water, service, and air tax. And then it'll be an additional 10 gold pieces flat per day.
Okay. Did you get that, Finn?
Yep. I'm only entering the initial docking fee for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, however long you stay, you can just, deduct that at the end. That's fine. Once you've paid, he asks if you have any cargo that you're going to be offloading.
We probably missing the glassware.
Yeah, we have a consignment. That
we'll
we're paid to deliver.
Well, if it's a 10-mile asteroid, we'll try and find the person that we got to deliver that to first.
Oh, we have to declare it when we arrive.
Oh yeah, well we say we got cargo. Yeah, sorry.
I think it would be our own. We would only need to deliver it to the basically warehouse at the docks.
Yeah, so
I
you
imagine,
give
yeah.
the name that of the delivery, and
Yeah.
because this is a consignment rather than your own personal cargo, the
Yeah.
dockmaster informs you that the recipient will be paying import fees.
Hmm.
Oh really? Oh nice.
Yeah, because it's not our cargo.
Okay. Is that
Uh,
is that the docking fees?
That's not in the docking fees, no. That would have been
Oh
separate.
okay. All right. Okay.
mhm.
All right. And Braxon would point out because I think Solas is still writing his scroll.
Yeah.
He'd point out that one of our crews got some stuff to deliver to the seekers.
The official asks if that is cargo or if it is like personal items, letters, messages, that kind of thing.
It's
I
letters and such.
Okay. I think Braxton would have been told that by
Yeah.
Solas, so he'd say so. Yeah.
I mean, if we couldn't take any cargo since that thing was taking most of the cargo space anyway.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, there's no fees for that
Okay.
Mhm.
because that's not cargo.
Yeah.
All right. So you're given some basic directions to ship supplies, that kind of thing. You know, anyone that you need to deliver things to, you get your directions for as well.
Yeah.
And once Solas is done, he can go ahead and deliver those as well. But
Yeah.
now that you're here in Dragon Rock, you're going to want to start discussing amongst yourselves what your plans are.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Well, I plan to go and ask about, like, I guess events on Toral, see if there's like any places that's notably dealing with like a drought or something.
Okay.
I mean, there's plenty of deserts in Tyrol. Lafdul can probably it's probably heard of a few.
I was going for like a notable kind of problem.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to narrow down your search. That's all.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm planning on meeting up my brother. I gotta find out where he is. Then I plan on going to. I don't know how long that'll take or how. So it might be quite variable. I will. I'm trying to think. Solas, you have that sending spell, don't you?
Yeah, I have a sending spell.
You can keep me in the loop of when you're going to kick off, and I can communicate back with you of where I am, what I'm doing, how long it's going to be. If that makes sense. Because I don't know. I don't expect it to be too long. But obviously, I've got to charter a ship down to an actual ship, not a spelljamming ship. I've actually got to travel on sea.
It would still be
to
a
him.
spelljamming ship. It would just be one that would land in water.
I mean, there are
It would
spelljamming
be
ships that land on.
it would be one captained by elves.
All right, yeah. I just allow.
I mean, there are like of the filled berths around you, at least half are groundling vessels, galleons, cogs, caravels, that kind of thing. And you quickly learn that many of these ships are going down to Toril, to various ports. Many of them are going over to Saloon. Some of them are going to other asteroids around here, but like there's a lot of ships that just are very, very local to Toril and its satellites.
Mm-hmm.
If
I mean, you can make lucrative trade with just that doing those trips.
Sure.
If you don't expect too much.
If Lafdul doesn't want to go down by a spelljamming ship, we could catapult him into the atmosphere.
Woo!
I could just softwood myself into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's just 20d6 points of damage when you land, right? It's fine.
What, the softwood absorb it?
He'll
No, the
regenerate
software-
that eventually.
No, I don't take any damage as long as I can hit the surface before the spell expires in 1.5 hour. Which
doesn't the
is fine.
softwood dissipate in
Yeah,
air envelope?
once it's been in the atmosphere for half an hour.
Yeah.
That's where you've got to land before the half an hour's up.
So here's the thing, though. It takes 40 minutes for a spell jamming ship to get down to the surface.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What?
That
That's a
and-
useless spell.
That and the whole atmosphere reentry thing. I mean, you do tend to be kind of flammable.
A little bit.
Well, that's what.
I mean,
software
I do
protects.
think if it is, I'd have to go look at that again. But it may actually specifically be designed to protect you from re-entry of smaller worlds.
Mm.
So, but neither here nor there. So Lafdul plans to go get in touch with basically the local branch of the Elven Imperial Navy. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically see how long it would take to meet up with my brother. If that's too long,
I
like
understand.
multiple weeks,
I understand.
then I'll send a letter.
Yeah.
Say I'm going to be at Evermate, see if he can arrange to meet me there, if he can get time off.
Okay. Solas, you had indicated that you wanted to go find a Temple of Ogma.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. So
That's
you're
on the
going to go
toil.
off and ask around for a significant Temple of Ogma that you can get to, kind of thing.
Yeah, I will ask. I will ask the seekers first.
Okay.
Have I heard of Candlekeep?
Of course you have.
All right, I'll mention it to Solas that they have quite a. Well, I don't know about the clergy necessarily.
So
but...
the thing that you know, one of the things that you would know about Candlekeep is that getting into Candlekeep is difficult.
Yeah.
It is also not like in a city, so like that would be the
Yeah.
kind of thing where Solas would have to go down and then join a caravan or hire protection, get to it, hope that he can get in, which will also, he'd want to ask about it, like what he needs to do to get in beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. Or he can go to another temple.
Yeah,
So-
I think Solas is going to be looking for another temple that is easier access.
Well,
the biggest and bestest library.
He
well,
would want
if you
to
have
go.
knowledge, you could trade them knowledge.
Yeah,
tell
but
them how get them information on how spelljammers work.
They know that.
I can trade them knowledge, but usually they want the knowledge in ready-made writing form.
So, but that's you're going off to inquire about that,
Yeah,
like a temple. Okay.
yeah. A larger temple.
So, Ockar, you're going to try and find out about a place that it maybe is in a drought or something like that.
Like
Braxon,
notably,
Braxon
There was
and
something else, wasn't there?
I also wanted to see learn about like the most prominent like Temple of Tyr on Toril that I could visit just to like compare and contrast.
okay.
Mm.
I forgot
Sorry,
about
I
that.
remember
I
that.
forgot about that. I'll have to look that one up.
Mm-hmm.
So Braxon, what do you want to do? And that can be go with someone else if you got nothing special.
Braxton will see if they've got a Temple of Patar, but then he'll want to hook up with Ockar because we're going with Ockar to try and do this
Mm-hmm.
thing with water.
Okay.
So he'll want to know what leads Ockar's got, but
Right.
he'll see if there's Temple of Patar where he could pray or anything like
Yeah,
that.
there definitely is. And Finn, how about you?
Finn will probably tag along with Ockar.
Okay.
To add that Solas is also wanting to help Ockar with, but he also wants to basically that the group has enough time off here that Solas can visit the temple.
I mean, it's all going to depend on like what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like what it ends up doing,
Mm.
taking.
Mm.
I'm looking up a temple for Tyr.
I know he's like a major Faerunian deity.
Yeah, there would definitely be a Temple of Tyr on Dragon Rock. And okay, all right. So, Lafdul, you head out first to like I mean at this point you're basically all kind of splitting up and going your own ways to
Yeah.
a certain extent. So you head over to the local Elven Imperial Navy base outpost kind of thing, and it's a pretty significant one. It's much more than just a depot, a supply depot like out on Farworld. It's definitely not the headquarters, but it is very much like a major outpost.
I think you described it at one point that it's like embassy.
Yeah, yeah. It would be serve as an embassy, but it's also a kind of a distribution point, and it has ties with the Syndioth line and stuff like that as well. But it is most definitely not the headquarters. So you're going to ask after your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a name for your brother?
Raven Starstorm.
Okay. Oh, you don't share the same last name, huh?
No. Oh, none of us have a family name.
Okay.
I think
my mother
we would
does. My father doesn't.
have one thing, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
I think we would have given the letter of introduction to Lafdul when he visits the elves.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So what are you going to tell them as to the reason for wanting to find him besides the fact that he's just your brother kind of thing? Like what is because like how you phrase it is going to determine whether they're like, you know, oh yeah, just go here, or we'll take a letter to him, or maybe we can get him to you, or something like, you know, that kind of thing. It'll determine how they
I'll
approach
give
you.
them a rundown of what I've been doing for the past like several years. I'll say an adventure, and I'll tell them about how we got indebted to the Elven Imperial Navy. We've worked off that debt mostly, apart from one little bit. So I'll say, I'll make sure. Who am I speaking to? What rank? Vaguely.
They'd be a lieutenant. You're not talking to anyone high rank right now.
I would clarify that I wouldn't want to necessarily say anything about any Elven Imperial Navy secrets, because I am aware of some of them, but obviously I can only tell certain people of certain rank about them. Yeah, and I'll say that we were basically shunted over to the other side of Cthon space, and we
Okay,
went...
you're going into a little bit more detail about the background than I expected. I meant more.
Yeah,
like,
all right, no. Basically, I
what...
say get to the point with the Stalingrad Empire.
Right, hold on.
I'm trying to make myself...
I understand. What I need to know is, what exactly are you looking for in terms of spending time with your brother? Are you looking for, like, hey bro, you have some leave coming, let's just go spend some time together? Or is it, hey, I want to tag along with you at work, you know, that kind of thing.
It's
like,
a
that's what
combination of it both, actually. Yeah, I'm looking to speak to my brother, because obviously a friend of mine died, and, you know, having a close call with death, and, you know, I need to appreciate life and your family. And, I also plan on joining the Elven Imperial Navy at some point, and learning how, you know, you work is training for me. Yeah, essentially.
Okay, given the fact that you have been adventuring for, let's see, 7
6
full
years?
years now.
Yeah.
So it's been that long since you at least that long since you saw him. How
Probably
long had
more.
he been in the Imperial Navy?
Oh,
that
he's nearly 2 centuries old now at this point. He's like 70 years above me or something like that, or maybe 80.
So he would have
he was
been
nearly an
been
adult.
in the Imperial Navy that long, or would he have been in the
Oh, hang
Imperial
on.
Navy like
No.
20 years,
No,
30 years?
he was a lot older than I'm thinking he is. I haven't thought about his age too much.
His particular age doesn't matter. I'm more looking at how long he has been in the Imperial Navy.
About 50 to 100 years, something like that, in between there.
Okay.
He's been in there for a long time, but obviously, so he would have been like probably the junior officers or something.
All right.
Oh.
So this lieutenant would be vaguely aware of him then.
Yeah.
And would tell you that he is currently serving on Evermeet as part of the Elven Imperial Navy embassy to Evermeet. It's a pretty large contingent overall, like a couple hundred individuals kind of thing. So, like, if you go to Evermeet and he hasn't been sent on some sort of assignment, which they don't know,
Yeah.
you'd be
That's
able to
good
get in
to
touch with him.
Yeah. I'll also make inquiries about how to get there because my original way up was not so glorious.
You can get passage on a Syndiath line ship going down there.
From here or?
Yeah, from Dragon Rock.
Oh, cool. I'll be looking to book passage from there.
Okay.
I'll make inquiries.
It's not something that they normally do, but the fact that A, you're an elf, B, you're from Evermeet, C, you are on reasonably good terms with the Elven Imperial Navy, all of that will go together, and you'll be able to find a ship going down there within a week or two. I'll roll it. But since it's not common, and they have to cover their butts as well, it is going to cost you 150 gold pieces passage.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll pay that. You know, obviously being a priest of the Saldaran, I can swear by the gods or whatever. I say whatever, but I don't say that callous.
I understand. All right, so you do some inquiries, and you do find that there is a ship planning to head down there. Pardon me, in 6 days.
Okay. Obviously, I'll. Oh, that's a separate port somewhere. But obviously, I would have gotten a recommendation from, well, a letter of introduction or something from them.
They would put you in contact. They would put you in contact with someone, or tell you when someone is expected to be into port or something like that. So,
all right, that's fine. I also give a bit of a background on the company that I'm working for. So I assume I would have done that, but just reiterating that they're going to be here for a little while. If you need our services, you know, we are friends to the Elven Imperial Navy. And I'll say our captain's name.
Did you show the letter of introduction?
He would have.
Yeah, and.
All right, so basically it's just a case of you got to wait 6 days before you can get down to Toril.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Then Solas. You go to.
I think you said that the Seeker headquarters was.
Yeah. So it is both the local Seekers headquarters. Well, it's the headquarters for the Sphere, and it also serves as a temple to Ogma and a god that you've never heard of, Denir. And the temple complex is called the Seekers of Stellar Lore. And they have
Solas likes that name.
They have a decent library. It's not as big as the one in the Library of the Spheres in Brawl Space, but it's a decent size.
Yeah, Solas will go there and introduce himself and tell him that he is coming from Brawl through Farworld and is delivering some letters and parcels.
Okay, so you're able to deliver those, and you are thanked. If you have any reports or anything like that that you want to file as well, you can do so.
Yeah, Solas files some reports. For example, that what was the plant's name?
The Sluck?
The slug mentions that ice storm cast above it is extremely effective in killing it.
Okay, they will definitely be interested in making notes of that. So you also tell them that you want to visit a temple down on Toril, like a larger one.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Basically,
they will tell you that the most significant one is Candlekeep, a fortified library that is not particularly close to many settlements, but you might be able to get a ship down to a port close by, and get some overland travel or protection or something like that to go there. But you have to have a book that they do not have in their collection in order to get entrance.
Okay.
And no, they do not know up here what they do not have in their collection.
Any other major temples of Ogma?
There are some they'll mention in cities that you've never heard of, but the one city that you have heard of is that there is a pretty good-sized temple being constructed in Waterdeep.
Okay.
One of the largest cities on Toril, one of the major destinations. So if you wanted to get to that one, that would be pretty easy because you just need to go to Waterdeep.
Yeah, I will mention both options to the group when we discuss our plans on Toril. And the rest of the day, Solas would basically visit the temple on the Dragon Rock and talk with the priest of Ogma there.
Okay.
Basically comparing the similarities and differences in the faith in Ogma.
All right. There are some pretty substantial differences, especially in terms of mythology and things like that. So it will be quite interesting to you to learn of those differences. You would have picked up a little bit of these on Brawl because some people would have come through knowing of Ogma from Realm Space kind of thing, but not in that much depth.
Yeah, the difference in knowledge that the actual priest knows compared to other people is quite huge.
All right, so Ockar. So you're asking about some droughts. There are a few places suffering drought, but none that they're aware of that are in like an extreme drought.
Okay. I guess I'd also ask about oases as well.
Okay. In terms of that, one of the more significant destinations that you can get passage to from up here, like you could like be asking some people, in the know out on Dragon Rock, and they can literally like point up and see, yeah, so see right there's a desert right there in the center of that continent, but there aren't any ports there. But then this other big continent sticking off the bottom, that is basically all desert. So there are oases there for sure, and that is a land that they call Zakara. They do tell you that one of those cities, called Hazuz, is a major port. Pretty easy to get book passage down there from up here on Dragon Rock. And you could join a caravan, and the caravans would definitely stop by significant oases on their caravan routes.
I will keep that in mind and be sure to let the others know when we meet up again.
Okay. And then you were wondering about temples of Tyr.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a small temple of Tyr here on Dragon Rock. It feels like a bit of like a merger of these strange views of the people down on Toril with views that you're familiar with. But if you want to get to a temple down on Toril itself, one of the most well-known ones that they'll mention of is it's not in a city that gets a whole lot of traffic from Dragon Rock, but it does get occasional ships there. The Fortress Faithful in a city called Zazaspur.
Zazaspur.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Sounds good.
So you guys can discuss amongst yourselves.
Oh.
Does Ockar have to tithe or only at Brawl? He does not have to tithe here, especially since you really haven't made that much money since you've left Brawl. But if he wants to tithe here, he absolutely can. Like, Ockar can tithe to any lawful good organization.
I mean,
that he
I already
wants, so
the last loot split we did, I already sectioned out some money, so I guess I'll drop it off here.
okay.
I had one thing I would inquire from the Seekers.
Okay.
Now that I thought about it. Do they have a kind of guidebook on Toril
No,
about the major ports?
they do not.
Ah, pity.
You basically just have to ask around. If you catch a ride on a ship, then talk to the people
Okay.
about it.
Well, Solas would mention in the evening when we gather up that there are two locations that Solas would at least want to visit, at least one of them. The Candlekeep and Waterdeep apparently is building a grand temple to Ogma.
Well, I can't imagine that if you does he mention that this Candlekeep place requires like books they don't have?
Yeah.
Well, I can't imagine that this Candlekeep place would have any books from other planets. I
Yeah.
imagine any of your like kind of rare books from like that you found on our trips would suffice, maybe.
So the Seekers would have said that that's a real crapshoot.
Yeah.
Because they do actually have a lot of books, not just from other planets, but other planes.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Like they would say that, with the exception of Compendium, which only the most important and highest ranked Seekers can get to, in their view, admittedly, you'd recognize that they may be a little biased because these are realm space seekers. There is no better place for knowledge than Candlekeep in the known spheres in the multiverse kind of thing.
Yeah.
Short of certain gods libraries kind of thing.
Yeah, but Solas mentions those two, that the easiest one is the Waterdeep, but if possible, visiting Candlekeep could be extremely beneficial for the group.
Oh, if you have an idea of how to get into Candlekeep, then
Yeah.
Sure, but I leave the logistics of that to you.
Mhm.
I say I want to get. I'd probably want to go to Zakara and see about getting passage with like a caravan there and head to and see about doing that to find our way to an oasis.
How long are we all planning on being away? Because obviously we got a running upkeep for our ship and we're not earning money. Obviously, I would like some time. How long does it take for me to get to Tarl? I mean, to Evermeet once I'm on the ship? Just a day?
Not even that.
All right, yeah. So
You're in orbit. Like it takes a few minutes to get to Toril from the Tears of Saloon, and then 40 minutes just to descend.
Did I
Yeah, and,
roughly learn how long it would take for a return journey, if they would even be allowing it?
Same thing. You would just have to wait until a ship is going up to Dragon Rock, or somewhere else that you can get a ride from.
Did I get a vague idea if it's like once a month, once a
You did
week,
not.
or like?
Yeah, Braxton's only here for Ockar, really.
Not for me. Oh, I'm like the last original member of this group, other than you. And it's
Well,
nice to
yeah.
know that.
Well, Braxton needs to go with Ockar so he doesn't get killed. You're going to a safe place. You're going to where you lived.
Yeah, and it does mean I won't get mugged by other elves on the way. It's rare, but it does happen.
Well, do you need a bodyguard?
No.
None of
Okay.
us could go with him. In
Yeah,
any
none
case.
of you are elves anyway. And Mariel could actually. Which she's busy with you, so I would have offered.
Norn, Mariel, and Sun Fayun will probably have to stay on the ship to act as
helmsman.
well, not helmsman. You're going to be leaving the ship here.
Yeah.
But they'd have to pay fees, which really, I mean, like your fee for the number of days that you've been docked is more due on leaving than every day kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they need to, oversee the crew and everything.
Yeah, Braxton's probably gonna ask him to do drills while we're away, so that hopefully they won't get too rusty.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
my main thought when it comes to like what we would be, I imagine when it comes to making money, I imagine we could maybe find some work to do and
No, this is going to be a loss.
Okay, fair enough. It'll just be a loss, but we can probably find some money when we go to Gray Space.
It's just a case of minimizing that loss. That's all.
We did make some money from the consignments, especially that risky one.
I imagine our best bet would be to like join like a caravan for a bit to get to an oasis in Zakara and get some oasis water for the Water of Hope.
Yeah.
Did we say no longer than a month?
That sounds fair.
We've all got to be back within a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Braxton's all right with that.
Yeah.
Captain.
Well, yeah. Well, Ockar needs this water to make this item. Yeah. If that's going to take a month, it's going to take a month. I don't think we've got any way to, once we've got the thing, to send a message up so the ship can just come down and get us.
Well, Solas could if you're with Solas, but I don't think you will be.
Well, we're going to be hiring a ship to take us down to Toril. We're not going down the Bow Dolphin or the shuttle.
You're going to be paying for passage rather than hiring a ship.
Yeah, so I don't know if Solas or Finn are coming with us. I thought we were going together except Lafdul.
I was planning that I would come with you, and once we've done that, we would take some time for me to visit the Temple of Ogma.
We could do that.
How much
on the return journey? Then I could meet you in Waterdeep and we all go up together.
That could be a good plan.
So,
is Waterdeep near Zakara?
No.
How long does it take to get across the trackless sea?
I mean, if
The fastest way would be to come up to Dragon Rock and then go back down
Yeah,
again.
alright.
But you're looking at like depends on how long you know.
Alright, now I
until
just meet you
ships-
back at Dragon Rock. Then.
We can meet back up at Dragon Rock, and then I'll go down the Waterdeep or something.
Well, what I'm getting at is that you're looking at like there's going to be some days that you have to wait before you can get a ship down. Then once you do everything, I mean, like once you get down there, you got to look around for a caravan either that you can hire onto, or one that you can like join as as a passenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe
Do your
guards.
thing, get back, wait until a ship is going back up to Dragon Rock. Then once you're up at Dragon Rock, wait until a ship is going down to Waterdeep. Get down there, then wait until a ship is getting back up. So, like, there's going to be a lot of waiting times at each of those stages.
I know.
So, if that like, if it is really important to Solas to go to a Temple of Ogma, then he might want to do it himself, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
I mean, it's like, no, never mind. Where's
Well-
Finn going?
Finn was going to tag along with Ockar.
Alright.
Well, okay, I will tag along with Ockar, and if we have a potential to visit the Waterdeep or Candlekeep, then we take that.
Okay. Okay. In that case, I think that we will call it a session here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find some good maps for Zakara to use, but I will see what I can do because I need to like plan out the trip and stuff like that. You guys might want to think about like if there's a sort of you know, like what kind of oasis do you want? Do you want just any old oasis? Do you want to ask for a specific type of oasis? You know, if there's anything that you can think of in that regard, you know, a week will give you time to see about that. And that could lead to some things. And
Oh yeah, I got one idea potentially for Ockar.
What about
If
desert
during
druids?
while on our time in Zakara, if we encounter someone who is dying on the thirst in the desert, you giving them water skin full of water, and if there's some left, that could be considered water of hope.
It could. But that would be a thing on the trip. I'm not going to rely on that. But if it happens, it happens.
But something to remember.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and do some XP.
I think Finn gets most of the XP today.
Oh yes. Oh
Yeah,
yes.
Finn did a whole fight by himself, so.
I wonder how much XP that slug gives.
Also comes down to how much of a potential risk something is to you to gain XP.
I mean, yes, but like, it's also a problem that you overcame. So, give me a second to calculate out. Okay.
And I did my duty as a seeker and cleric of Ogma to spread the information about how to deal with it.
Also, I need to see about if there is XP for writing scrolls.
I believe I got XP, but.
Just need to find my tables. All right. Okay. All right. So those are second level spells
Which?
that you put on the scrolls.
Yeah, second
Okay.
level.
All right. So
Cure
that's-
moderate wounds.
Okay. All right. So Braxon, Ockar, and Lafdul. That will be 584 experience points.
584. Right.
Solas. That will be 584 plus 1,000 for your priest.
None for mage.
Well,
The ice storm.
584 is the for both. They get split,
Yeah.
and then 1,000
but,
specific for the priest.
Nothing from the ice storms.
No.
Okay.
And then Finn, 7,780. Wait, sorry, my mistake. Uh, 8,364.
On a side note, Finn, as we were traveling back, would you use the slate to identify the potions?
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about doing that.
I assume that Old might have some information on them, so well,
make
it's
a
still
note.
relevant.
Make a note for next time. Then
All right.
Okay.
we'll like kick off the session with that. I'll make a note for myself too, but I don't always look at those.
That's great note taking advice from the GM.
I know. Like, I mean, do as I say, not as I do. That's how it should be. All right. So we will be back next time. In 1 week, unless I haven't heard of anyone having any problems for the next 2 weeks, because we're getting
No,
to
I'm
Christmas
fine.
season.
On the
I'm
21st.
Fine.
I'm fine
It's
on
a
the
Saturday.
21st. If it was on a Sunday, I'd have problems.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to you
time
guys.
for both.
I'll talk to you guys between
Sounds
sessions
good.
just to make sure, see if there's any conflicts coming up.
Yeah, I'm good.
So I want to thank you guys for playing, and I want to thank everyone out there for watching. We will be back next week, probably, with some more Spelljammer. I will be back later this evening for some more Xenoblade Chronicles 2 post-game. So if you're interested in that, tune in for that. And once again, we do have an opening in the game. Send me a message on Discord if you can make the hours, and I will go through the applicants, and we'll get a new player in the game. So I want to thank everyone out there for watching. We will be back next time.
See ya.
Thanks for
Thanks
the
for
game.
the game.
See you then. Thanks for the game.
See you next time, everyone.
Us.